All right, thanks. I didn't know if we were ready to rock. I think we're going to start, folks. Welcome into the Run the World platform. It looks like folks are continuing to come in. Feel free to pop a chat in the chat box and just say, hey, where you're from, your company, your region. It looks like we're going to have folks from across the state today, so that's great. So welcome to today's Technology Association of Oregon's member mix, our first member mix of the year. And that's sponsored by Lane Workforce Partnership. And we're really excited to test out this platform. This is a brand new platform for us. And so we encourage you to play around with some of the icon buttons. You've got applause, you've got light bulbs, you've got different kinds of emojis you can throw in there. So feel free to engage as much as you can. If we haven't met yet, I'm Sally Bell. I'm the VP and Executive Director for the Southern Willamette Valley Technology Association of Oregon. And I'm also joined by my colleague from TAO, Riley O'Brien, who's our Vice President of Events and Experiences. You're welcome to contact Riley through the chat messaging should you have any questions throughout the program or about this platform at all. First of all, I'm just curious, has anyone used Run the World platform before? You can give like a little applause icon. Okay, so the only folks right now who have video and mic are some of the speakers. And so all of our other attendees and participants, your mic and video access will start once we go into the networking portion. So if that makes sense. So we're excited for this platform. It's brand new for us. It'll help us enhance panel discussions. The speed networking portion, which we'll go to in a little bit, will allow you for a lot more personal connection for a virtual setting. During future programming, we can use breakout rooms to focus on lots of specific topics where participants can jump from one topic or another. And so to remind folks, if you haven't already filled out your profile, you can click on your own profile and you can go in and you can fill in your name and your title and your company and add an image. And then all participants are able to reach out and directly connect with one another. So first, we're just going to do a little group survey before we jump into networking and talk to our sponsors. So here's a question. Riley, do you want to pop up the first survey question for us just to kind of get us rolling? Okay, so the question should be, I can't see it for whatever reason. Can folks see any survey question? Hi, Hannah, welcome. Okay, if we can't see the first survey question, here's what it should be. What's the most challenging part?
I think someone needs to start it. It's Riley. I think she may be typing in the survey right now.
Yeah, Hannah, I've got them in. Some of them are red, so I'm just, hold on. I'm just.
Oh, yeah, there's a character
She's just
limit.
loading it up. Thanks, Hannah.
Yeah, excited to meet all of you later.
Absolutely. Okay, so are we still loading? We might still be loading the survey question. All right, okay. What are the worst things or what are the most challenging things about working from home? If you can click on one of those, it's lonely, hard to collaborate, procrastinating, too close to the fridge. We've got almost a tie between it's lonely and procrastination. Let's see. Oh, it's lonely is winning out. Oh, we'll see if we have any more. Okay, it looks like everyone's lonely, which is maybe why you're joining Member Mix tonight. It's time for some one-on-one connection. It's time to talk to some people outside of maybe your family unit or even just your team with your company. So thanks for joining us. Riley's going to pop one more question in the chat. And we'll answer that about work from home. But we're really excited. It looks like we've got about 36 folks tonight. I'm looking through the attendee list, and it looks like a really good group. So thanks, everyone, for making time for our first member mix on Run the World. Riley's going to pull up this next survey question, and Okay, what are the best things about working from home? Work in your PJs or yoga pants, multitask, efficiency, or more time with your family? I kind of want to pick all of these. We'll see. Okay. Okay, efficiency and time with family are just up. Efficiency. Efficiency is winning, even though it's okay. No, more time. Okay, it's split between the two, efficiency and time with family. Well, it looks like a lot of us are aligned on that. This is a really fun survey function. This is great. So hopefully we'll be back in offices to quell our loneliness. Hopefully our efficiency doesn't drop, but hey, I think for the sake of being back in person at some point this year, will all be amazing. And so just want to mention that we have an event coming up called the Return to Work Forum, which is going to be March 9th. Registration should be going up later this week, but it's going to be a panel event covering different industries and their strategies for returning to office. So I think it's a really relevant conversation and topic for all of our members. So be sure to stay tuned to the events page at techoregon.org for that. Next, we're delighted to introduce the business development manager for the platform, Run the World, Hannah Shen, who's here with us. So I'm going to hand the mic over to her, and she can tell us a little bit more about the platform. Hi, Hannah. Thanks for being here.
Hi. No, thank you, Sally, and Riley, and everyone at Tech Association Oregon for having me, and also, being super entrepreneurial and trying out this new platform. I hope you're enjoying it so far, and really excited for our journey ahead for this whole year of partnership together. So a little bit about myself. My name is Hannah Shen. I'm the partnership manager at Run the World. I joined about the company like last year, pretty soon after we launched, and have really seen kind of the evolution of Run the World and how virtual events have been able to help people stay connected in the past year of such a difficult time. And definitely, like when we first launched, we actually built this platform before COVID started, so it wasn't that opportunistic, but then launched a week before COVID started, and then all of a sudden there's all this demand. Seeing a lot of the new features have been rolled out since I joined, super proud. And then also, especially what I think excites me every day is to be able to see communities hosting recurring events around the world. We've had nice, niche communities like TAO with, tens and hundreds of membership, all the way to recurring like thousands of people each month around the world. And when we first built this platform, the founders kind of really like the initiative was to help people stay connected and network better, form deeper connections, even when we're not physically together. So glad to see everyone here, and hope through the features like one-on-one networking, and also the roundtable feature, the breakout room feature that we recently launched, you will also be able to enjoy some small group discussions. We're constantly iterating, so appreciate all of your feedback. And through our partnership with TAO, I think so Riley can share a referral link. We are offering some benefits for all the members. So if you create events through the referral link that Riley shares, you'll also get 1 month of our pro plan for free. So we're free to use for majority of our features for up to 500 people. And the pro plan allows you to host events for up to 10,000 people for free, plus a lot of other kind of lead generation functionalities as well. Yeah, so let me know, like email me anytime if you have any feedback, any questions. Excited to see more events coming up on from TAO on Run the World. And I would love to kind of just like have this commemorate today's moment with a group selfie, if I may, so that so that we can like celebrate the first TAO member mix event on Run the World. So everyone right now, you can opt in to take this live selfie with me. And it will be all the speakers as well as your own photo kind of in the center and everyone else's photo in the background. So feel free to share that, tag the organization. And if you want also like tag Run the World on social media, I would really appreciate it. Yeah. This is a lot better, like a lot well designed compared to like taking a screenshot in this virtual meeting session, if you know what I mean. Great. I see a lot of people are joining, like almost 20 people are taking the photos. And great. And thank you, Riley, for sharing the link. Awesome. Okay, we have 26 so far. I'm going to end the group V now. Great. Yeah. Tag us, tag the membership organization, and I'll for sure would love to stay connected with everyone around the world and on LinkedIn. Thank you.
Thanks, Hannah. That is such a cool feature. I've been caught like even trying to use my iPhone and take a quick picture while I'm managing events. So that is so savvy. And speaking of tagging, we love to also share what's happening at TAO to get participant takeaways from our events. So we invite folks to engage with us on social media during this event. Feel free to take advantage of the selfie. Share it also on Facebook with TAO or LinkedIn or Twitter. So we always love social engagement. Now we're going to thank Lane Workforce Partnerships and for sponsoring and taking a chance on our first member mix. They have been a partner with TAO in the Southern Willamette Valley for a long time and are a huge instigator for us even having an operation here. And the mission of aligning economic, education, and training systems based on needs of business and communities is so much in alignment with TAO, and we've done some really important work in the past, and we're queuing up some really exciting work for the coming year. So it's my pleasure to introduce the Executive Director of Lane Workforce Partnership, Kristina Payne. Take it away, Kristina.
Thank you, Sally. This is really exciting to be a part of this first Run the World event, and this is a great platform to get to use and become familiar with. Here we are in a whole new world of working where it's things like Run the World that we want to see and experiment with, whereas before I don't think people were as adventuresome in trying these types of platforms. So this is great. So I appreciate it. So as Sally said, I'm the Executive Director of Lane Workforce Partnership. We're the workforce board for Lane County. There are 9 workforce boards across the state of Oregon. Some of you are probably more familiar with the workforce boards than others. We are nonprofits. However, we're federally funded through what's called the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. It's federal legislation that basically forms these boards that are primarily business. 50% of our boards plus one are business leaders in our local communities, and followed by labor, education, community-based organizations, and other organizations that are providing workforce training programs in the communities. We work collaboratively locally to make sure that local voices are heard. And one of those, by listening to local voices, 7 years ago, we heard that the tech industry was just going strong in the region, but it was kind of under the radar at that time. In Portland, where many of you may be located, it was well known that there's a strong tech community, whereas as you get away from the Portland metro area, the assumption is that there wasn't as much going on in the area of tech. And as we discovered, there's a lot going on in our region. And so we wanted to really heighten that awareness. And so I reached out to Skip Newberry with the Technology Association of Oregon and said, hey, we need a chapter of TAO in the Southern Willamette Valley. And we managed to identify some funding, and we made the investment. And I think it was the best thing we'd ever done. It just really heightened the awareness of the issues for the tech industry in so many ways, the ways that we couldn't have done by ourselves. And the community leadership across the county was more aware of what the tech industry's needs were, and not just around workforce, because everyone has a workforce issue. We hear that over and over again. And of course you have a workforce issue, but what were the other challenges? And some of those other challenges in our region were access to high-speed internet in the downtown corridor. And as we collectively raised awareness around that, the resources were brought to the table to basically solve that problem, and brought high-speed internet to the downtown area at a price that was far below anything that was being offered locally. And it also spilled out into access for our schools to internet, to one of our largest school districts. And it's just been that way since we started working with the industry. One issue that we solve not only solves it for the companies that have broad awareness to it, but it just continues to solve these problems for a lot of other companies too, because we know most of us are tech enabled. Look at us now. And so it's not, tech isn't alone in a silo. And, I saw there's a couple people here when I was looking earlier from AHM Brands, and who was a huge partner in our world-class industries initiative that they did the artwork that went up in the Eugene airport that brought awareness not just to the tech industry, but our food and beverage manufacturers in the region and our timber companies, and what they've been doing to invest in the region and create jobs, family wage jobs, that people can support not only themselves, but their families and other people in the community. And as a result of all of that work, it continued to expand out as far as the sectors that we are working with. We started with tech. I think we have 5 ongoing sector initiatives between food and beverage, wood products, tech, construction aggregate, and one other that I can't think of, but I know my tech sector director who's here, Ashley Espinoza, who's also very quietly on screen, who's joined us today, has been managing oversight and providing that backbone resource so that we are connecting on when there's an issue in one sector, how does that cross over to others? And are there problems that we could solve collectively across industries? One of the things, we realize now is work has changed forever as a result of coronavirus. Some of it will be very good. We hear from companies all the time that, they're thinking, as we finally get a vaccine and we can get vaccinated, that they're really considering more of a hybrid approach rather than bring everybody back and put everybody back in a cubicle. Our organization, there's myself and 6 other people, have focused on a results-only work environment from the time I became the executive director 7 years ago. So we had already moved away from what most people are familiar with, that came out of the industrial age is, butts in seats or people on the line. And a lot of our work now, we realize, can be done remotely and in ways that was never available before, even when people compare to a decade ago, where a company, even a tech company, tried to allow remote work. But we didn't have what we have today, and it didn't work at that point in time. And now we've been experimenting with this, and we see something like Run the World come on board and offer us even more opportunities to do things like the poll that Sally was able to pull up there, which, I'm sorry, Sally, I have to say, I thought you could have those selections, if they could have been the names of horses, the way it was like, and loneliness is coming from behind. So that's what it reminded me of. But it was fun to be able to do a poll in a way that we hadn't done before. So I appreciate being able to interact in different ways. I will appreciate being able to network in person again when we can, but having this model where, as we do interact in person, when you could do follow up with someone really efficiently in a way where you could hop on a call online and get to see them later to catch up, rather than try to book a whole meeting with someone, I think we've learned to do things that are just far more efficient. I do want to do a little plug for a bill that myself and my peers are working on. I said there were nine of us across the state working in workforce. As we saw during the pandemic, it really exposed some of the inefficiencies in how services are delivered. Primarily unemployment insurance would be one of those things. The boards have a voice in this work, and people like you who sit on these boards should be more heard, quite frankly, in how things are delivered at the state level. And these boards should be an avenue to get that done. And so we have Senate Bill 623 that we're hoping gets a hearing really soon. And it will allow for more transparency in how services are delivered, specifically workforce services, where the funding is being generated, how it's being generated, how it gets out to local areas, what programs are available in local areas, and how people can access those services. A lot of the technology becomes in-house, someone who's developing their own homemade program. We saw that with when PUA got rolled out. They quickly put a application together in Adobe so that hairdressers who went to apply needed to purchase Adobe for $80. By the way, they needed laptops. They then needed to print that out and fax it somewhere. And that was the efficient way that someone in the employment department thought would be a great way to deliver services. These are things that have to be pushed back. There's better technology. We're all aware of it. And there's better ways to be delivering services to people in Oregon. And so Senate Bill 623 is a way to heighten awareness around the lag in services. And we also know, the excuse that there's not money available or it's too expensive or things can't be done. That's an excuse of the past too, because we've seen efficiencies have brought down the cost of things. And actually we've seen a waste of resources, especially when you hear about how many letters are being generated just to one applicant. Those kinds of things are a waste of time and our tax dollars. So anyway, I know that TAO is a big supporter of ours on Senate Bill 623, but if any of you want to know more about it, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself. I think Sally's going to generate our talking points piece on that as well in follow up if you want to know more. Otherwise, you can reach out to me directly. Our website is laneworkforce.org as well. And with that, I don't know if I think I'm handing it back to Sally at this point. Okay.
Thank you, Kristina, for your generous support and being part of our origin story here and your support of the regional technology community. So if you want to connect again with Kristina or members of her team, you're welcome to message her here. You can also reach out to us and make sure you get connected. So the next part of our programming is actual networking. I'm sure you're excited to talk to one another. I was just finally able to scroll through all the participants, and we have just some outstanding folks here tonight. So really excited for you all to connect. So here's how it's going to work. So we're going to launch the networking portion. And so there are going to be 4 rounds of 5-minute one-on-one conversations. So you're basically going to have 4 back-to-back 5-minute conversations with different individuals. You will be able to chat directly, use your mic and camera, obviously, to have your one-on-ones. And, ask whatever questions are really relevant to you. I scripted a few for myself that are a little bit more TAO specific, but for you all, I'm sure you have particular interests. So, go the distance. You only have 5 minutes with each other, but have fun with it. And then following your first one, you'll be launched directly into 3 more. So again, those are going to be back to back. You're welcome to drop off if you have things that are coming up. It should take about 20 minutes to get through this networking portion, but we really hope that you stick around because, it's only 20 minutes and this is really fun time to actually just get to know someone one-on-one and see what their world and tech is all about. So without further ado, we're going to hand it over. But just a note to say, when they wrap up, TO staff's going to stick around until 5:30. So if you have any other questions or want to follow up with us, feel free to hang around after the last conversation drops. Thanks again, everyone, for being here tonight. We'll see you on the other side and enjoy this further portion.
Drop your comments in the chat. Tell us what you thought about Run the World. We're super excited. I hope everybody made some really great connections.
Absolutely. I don't know if everybody else was having fun, but I'm having fun. This extrovert is having a great time.
Awesome. Any
Kara wants the mic. You can have
giving Kara the mic.
That was like a real networking event. I talked to people about their babies and their families, and I didn't talk about business. That was amazing. When can we do it again? Oh, wait, next month?
Yes, potentially next month. That's our hope, is to continue to start putting things on here. Feel free, if you want to grab the mic for a second, you can try out that feature. If you have something to say, feel free to request to grab the mic, and you can kind of see how that interaction works like Kara just did.
I want to also give a shout out to Javier, our board member here, innovating with us on our platform, joining us. I think we've got 2 folks from the McMinnville area, in addition to our Southern Willamette Valley and PDX contingency, which is
Javier.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for having me. This is an amazing platform. So I felt at the beginning that I was a little bit unpopular because I didn't get connected with anybody at the first one. And I was looking around going, who do I call immediately? I started complaining to everybody, and suddenly I got connected with some really amazing folks from Berkshire Hathaway and another company called Catalyte. So yeah, it was really, really a cool experience to be here and joining everybody. Unfortunately, I'm on a juice cleanse, so it's so much not fun having a glass of wine when you live in Oregon's Pinot region and you can't have a glass of wine. It's a bummer. Anyways, lovely platform. Great to meet the folks and be a part of this.
Thanks for being a part of it, Javier. It was great to have you and see you out there. Anybody else want to say?
I just wanted to say, Kara, and I don't think we've met Sally, but I'm fortunate to be a TAO executive in residence, and we had some great conversations with a number of companies that I think there'll be some follow-on discussions with them. And so I think that was really good, and it's terrific. It's a terrific platform. It really is. So thanks for putting it on. It's been fun to be part of it.
Thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
And just a reminder that TAO members get a month of Pro free if you want to try it yourself. I put the link up in the chat before, but with the Run the World link, but I'm going to drop that in again. Yeah.
Absolutely, folks. And feel free to pop off, but we're just so glad you made the time. And it's a really innovative format. Can't wait for the next one. If you're interested in sponsoring a member mix for another month, we still have some available. So please reach out because we'd love to run them monthly.
Yes, we would. So with that, we're going to close everybody down, and we hope you have a really great day. We've got some exciting events coming up in the next couple of weeks, including the one that in March that Sally spoke on a little bit earlier today on return to work. So if you have a chance, go to techoregon.org/events. And we hope to see you all at future events here on Run the World and on our Zoom platforms and on Mixtros as well. So have a great night, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.
Thanks, everybody. Tomorrow is Cybersecurity Day of the Year. Celebrate with us. It's also not too late to register for the panel, which is happening tomorrow. So we'll see you next time.